weekend. Okay, one will be Arrowhead, and we have decided to do Arrowhead. It's an old-time movie, but it was actually filmed here on the fort. So we're going to get that one and show that one. There will be another movie, but we haven't picked that one out yet. Okay, one movie will be Saturday, the 29th, in the amphitheater. The other one will be Sunday, the 30th, in the amphitheater. That's right before Memorial Day. And we're going to show it at dusk, obviously. And we figure you can come with your golf cart, you can sit in the benches, and you people have seen movies there before, so we know it's going to be just really good. We are a non-profit organization. Therefore, we cannot charge for any venue. All of the money comes from donations. Okay, we take any donations we can. Each outdoor movie costs $205 because it's outdoor. When we move indoors, when the weather gets a little bit hot and we have to move indoors, okay, then it's $110. If you know anyone who would like to make a donation or sponsor one of the movies, that would be great. We just depend on it. Okay. The nice thing is when we have the movies in the Post Theater, we usually show 2 a day. One is usually at 4 o'clock and one at 7. So that cuts our cost in half. It's only $110. We don't have to pay for 2 days. Okay. If you want to make a donation or sponsor a movie, please contact Natanya, HN, Tiana Johnson, or myself, and we will definitely take whatever you can give. The other thing we have, again, is like most events, we have that magic word we need, volunteers. Volunteering for the movie is really a lot of fun. It only takes like 3 people, 4 people at max. One person to monitor the projector, and while the movie is running, you can basically look at your smartphone and play games, I don't know. And then the other one is 2 people, maybe 1 or 2 to run concessions. That's where we make most of our money. The big thing is, if you buy your first bag of popcorn, the rest of your popcorn is free for the whole movie, because popcorn is very, very good. Okay, since these movies will be shown so close to June, we will not do a June one, but we are planning on doing a July one. Same thing, it's a very good night out. Everybody likes doing it. It's fun it's the best deal in town, and people from Brackett will come with their whole families and get a whole table. So I would encourage you to do that. Last thing, please consider helping with Fort Clark Days 2022 and volunteering to help with these monthly movies. Volunteering is a lot of fun. No matter what you do, you get out of the house and you meet new people. That's our report, because February was a really short one. Okay, we meet again April the 10th, right here. We all know where it is. Thank you, board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and please make sure that you give Julie some stuff to put on dispatch.
Oh, she always gets it from me.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we had no old or unfinished business, no email votes. First action item under new business is approval of greens mower for golf course. Alan?
We need to table this one because the estimates he gave me are, as of right now, we are using a Toro unit that was donated or given to us this weekend. Cash is only giving me prices for a John Deere. We need a couple of bids. Now, to let you know, our golf greens mower has died. Golf greens mowers usually get about 800 hours a year put on them. Ours is dated from 1984. So,
Plus, we got our money's worth
I
out of that.
think we got our money's worth. We have a couple bids from John Deere's. One of them has 600 to 120 hour, or 1,200. The other one's 1,200 to 1,800. They're both leasable, but I'm not comfortable with just one bid. So I've asked for more bids. The people that gave us the Toro are going to give us a bid on the Toro bid. Cash didn't like the John Deere, so in the next week I'll be able to give you a better synopsis of what we have, better options, whether we want to lease them or whether we want to purchase them. Right now, we do not have enough information.
And I move to table the approval of the greens mower for the golf course until such time as the GM can get more bids and represent.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor? Unanimous, was one director absent.
Wait, before we do the discussion?
I'm going to just, we passed it, we tabled it at his request, but we can still get comments. Travis?
So I know that there's been a rumor going around based on the Del Rio golf course. Have we approached them as to possibly leasing or purchasing their equipment that they will no longer be using?
Well, they're
They're
still
open.
actually
They're-
open.
As of right now, they're open and going full blast.
Yeah, when
Okay.
I drove by, they were.
They had, they did close, but they had so much pressure from the community to reopen that the city did reopen it. But as all local golf courses, and they're not making a profit, puts pressure on the city, but for now, it's still open.
And
So,
I will say the bids that Cash gave me for used equipment, I was in Myrtle Beach this last week, and I talked to some greenskeepers. They were pretty much in line with everything else that's out there as far as used equipment. So the bids are okay, it's just I think we need more, and we'd rather get a different brand also and get their quotes.
So just one other course that is closing, Ravno Country Club in Houston, Texas, is closing down, and they have new equipment after Harvey. So
What was the name of it? Can you spell it?
Driving out,
Ravenel?
Ravno, Raveneaux.
Okay, thank you, Travis. Anyone else? Okay. All right, that is tabled until Alan obtains the information needed to act on it. Okay, approval for Golf Now point of sale system.
this will be putting our golf course online as far as being able to make reservations online. We've been using their, just their basic software for our reservations now. This will computerize it, and it is done on a trade-out basis, which means no cash to us, it's strictly giving them greens times. The one area that may change to our benefit is that if we don't need the point of sale for up here. But the point of sale system that's there is a real good system. It gives us outside marketing that they're already working on a golf website for us. And we're already using them to one extent. So it's costing us nothing. We definitely have extra tee times we can give. So it's not like, it's one of those that helps us, it's a win-win the way it looks like right now.
Explain a little bit more to non-golfers what the trade-offs is, what they mean by trade-off.
We are giving them tee times that they can sell on their system. In other words, if they book the tee times on there, if they get a foursome, they get 50% of the profits, we get the rest, if it's booked there. If they book it here, I think we get everything. So it's basically, they're banking on the fact that they can sell our tee times and make money off of that. And that's for the internet. So that's, if you look at it that way, that's usually tee times that we wouldn't get anyway. It's hitting a market that they hit that we don't touch. And it just, that's where they bank that they're gonna get their money from.
Questions from the
So
board?
this isn't gonna cost us anything? And I say it's 2-year term, so I guess after they see this, that they'll probably wanna drop us before we drop them.
It's a high probability, yes.
So the only question I would have on it is there a built-in there where they can't overbook us? Like if people online come and sign
Yeah,
everything
they
up,
only have so many, it's,
so we tell them how
it's
much.
pretty
they
much
can-
like our same reservation system for the hotel. It's set, they can only book, certain amounts and tee times that are available. The only way they could overbook us is if we don't close out the system when it's booked, like for this weekend. This weekend would be closed out, they would not have that ability.
Okay, so normally they're not gonna be closing out, just walk up to the pro shop and say, I wanna play golf.
No.
Okay.
And admin and the golf employees are all gonna know about golf now. 'Cause I remember when we kinda got into a coupon deal, nobody knew how to like cancel it or.
Y'all did,
So I just wanna make sure that
yeah.
more than one department knows how to get a
Yeah,
hold of golf
everybody will
now.
be.
Okay.
What was that thing called?
That was,
thing was horrendous.
that was Groupon.
That's Groupon.
Groupon.
That's,
Oh.
And I
that's a
will tell
horror
you
story for everybody
that
in the business.
it was an especially big horror story for me because they had my phone number. And somehow it went from reserving golf to reserving spa appointments.
Well, Groupon
I could use one
will
of
give you
those.
some business.
Yes, and it took me 3 months at least to get them to correct that little problem. So, but yes, they take specific times, like trade times would load at 10 and 11 a.m.
And the reason we need to act now is because it basically takes them 3 months to get that reservation system activated.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a net plus to us until they decide not to use us anymore.
Or we may be that popular.
Yeah.
Okay, can I have a motion, one way or the other?
I'll move to approve the golf course point of sale system as presented.
Any question?
I will go up there. Do we have a second?
Second.
Question?
Just a quick question, we don't really use tee times now, is that gonna change
It will
here?
change.
Okay.
But all golf courses will take, most golf courses, especially smaller ones, will take walk-ons if they're available. In other words, if you come on at 10, but there's already a foursome going off, you're gonna have to wait till the next tee time opens up.
Yeah, because that'll definitely have to be communicated.
I was gonna say, is this gonna be offensive to our members?
I don't think so.
Not once.
No.
I guess we'll have to wait and see how much business they
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
drum up
generate.
for us.
Yeah. So, but it's gonna help the golf course, and it's gonna help the golfers in the long run. Any other questions? Comments or statements? Elena?
Well, I'm puzzled because when we just walk up and say, we want to play now. And if they already have a reservation, what happens to us members?
You need to make a reservation.
We have to make reservations now?
If you want to be guaranteed that time, yes. Sort of. I mean, that's just,
normal,
I'm sure we will advertise those times that are,
things have to change at the
Yes.
golf course.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all cannot afford losing as much money
yeah,
running it the way we've been running.
good.
and at 10 a.m., if a trade time is at 10 a.m., they can only put out for a foursome through
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So the next one would go off, usually we go at 12 to 15 minutes between. The
Right.
next one would go off at 10:15. So we're not asking much the golfers. The golfers want the course to improve, they want to play a better course. We want to cut back on some of the losses, and this is going to help by getting an outside person to do marketing. And Golf Now is a nationwide golf marketing tool, they're everywhere. And they're at some of the biggest courses out there in the United States. So, at least the non-private courses. And they probably even have something for private courses. So this is gonna benefit the golf course by bringing people in that we wouldn't normally maybe consider to think of.
And let's bear in mind also that this is not Dallas or Austin or Houston. Like, people have to travel to come play golf here, so I cannot imagine that regularly members won't be able to walk into the pro shop and be able to
Yes.
get a tee time within the next 30 minutes.
Sure. And if they don't schedule anyone at 10 o'clock, you can go out, no one is scheduled at 10.
And there's
So,
snacks
okay.
and beer to wait.
Yes.
There's snacks and beer. Okay, that was, okay, we have a second one, Travis?
So do we get stats from this as well?
You what?
Will we get stats from
Oh, yeah.
Golf Now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a complete database in it, helps out.
Pretty impressive, actually. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Number 3.
Hi, I just have a quick, I don't really go golfing, you all know that, but the other golf courses, okay, if we have people, and we have a lot that come here and they have a 6 foursome, okay? Are they gonna be able to play with all 6 members at one time, or how do the other golf courses work it? Do they say, no, you gotta do 4 and 2, or 3 and 3?
They usually say you do 4 and 4 or 3 and 3. You don't play sixes.
We have allowed it
Right, you have.
because of, there's no one else out on the course. But this might change. It's up to the pro shop to determine. If there's nobody out on the course, it's one thing, but if there's other golfers out on the course, then it's gonna have to be 4
And if
sixes.
there's other ones out on the course and you're playing a six of them, it's still a matter of just having some courtesy and let people play through.
Sure, that's okay.
I mean, that's all it means.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's 3. Okay, we've got a first and a second. All those in favor? Okay, it passes with unanimously, thanks, you confused me. Unanimously less, 1 director absent. Okay. We know when they can start
Doing they've already,
the announcement, the application?
as far as which,
Starting
Off now?
it, I know we
When
got,
they flip
They've
the
already-
switch.
It's gonna take
Oh,
3
thank
months,
you.
it's
right?
gonna take 3 months to get
Okay.
online.
all right.
They've already been developing our website because of the fact that we're already using their program for
For
reservations.
reservations, right. Okay, so the next we have is approval for special projects committee for anniversaries, Fort Clark 50th, 75th, and 150th anniversaries, which all fall this year. As you noticed, it's the 50th annual meeting, 1971. So it's a big year. So Alan, you put this on the agenda, so speak.
I did not know I put this on the agenda.
Oh. Well, why don't you explain what the 3 anniversaries are?
The 3 anniversaries are the start of Fort Clark Springs, which is 50. 75 would be decommissioning Fort Clark, and 150 was the start of Fort Clark. Those are the 3. Y'all had a anniversary on the 50th and would have been the 100th and the 50th before. So therefore, it's a matter, and the question is, do we want to do an anniversary? It's sort of late to get started early. If we're gonna do it, it has to be probably in October or November. And I don't know if there is the thought process that people want to do something like that. That's my question.
I'd hate for us to drop this on the new board. Maybe we should table it till because this is our last time. You know what I mean? I say, drop the mic, it's your turn now. Maybe we should let the new board make that decision?
I have a suggestion that possibly we just put on dispatch and see if we have any interest in an anniversary committee.
Yeah.
And have them sign up through FCSA at fortclark.com if they're interested.
Yeah, I mean,
And
the
then-
board
Find out the
ultimately has the
interest.
power to
Right.
disband the committee, like committees that don't want to show up to meetings or submit their reports.
Yeah. And see if there's any interest in the membership to do that.
Right.
This is as an action item, but this might be a good time before a motion to ask what our members think. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Why don't you start with the Historical Society? They have a lot of the good information. Newspapers and everything all the way back. We put all kinds of things. So if you want to do something like this, start with them.
So my thought on this whole thing is, it's my feeling that the GM would like to honor the fort on its 50th, 75th, and 150th anniversaries. So instead of putting it all on his shoulders and Julie's in the front office, it would not be a bad idea for us to see what kind of interest the membership has in coming up with committees to help them,
That's what
yeah,
We have reached out
figure out what kind of festivities that the fort can put on for these anniversaries.
We have reached out to Russell and Patty and to see if they can help out too also.
And this might be, I know that they're going to be busy with Fort Clark Days, but maybe the community council could work with the Historical Society and see if we can get the members involved. And then again, we can put a notice in dispatch to generate some interest. There may be some people out there that are terribly interested.
Well,
Yes,
yeah.
Or even combine it.
My thoughts on it is, this is not gonna be a standing committee like the airport or architectural. This is a this year thing, so much like the compost thing, I think the GM we should just give him the autonomy to put out a dispatch and say, anybody that wants to help us out with this,
I agree.
come volunteer.
So when, is it the 21st or the 22nd?
1971.
So-
150th, yeah.
So what month are we talking here?
Oh, you're
Whichever
usually-
one he
Well,
decides.
we can't do it anytime soon, it has to be
Yeah.
at least by October.
Yeah, it's gonna take some
October,
work.
November.
So before our end of our fiscal, September 30th?
I would think so.
Sometime during
I would say
2021.
end of
October,
the calendar.
November, start letting the weather cool down a little
Yeah.
bit.
Have
Well,
it then.
October, November moves it to the next fiscal.
Well,
I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
It's
that
calendar.
fiscal's just a budgetary
I'm
thing.
talking
That's
calendar.
It's 2021, okay.
Yeah, just in 2021.
I don't think they were thinking fiscal.
No, this will be a lot of volunteer work and stuff. Okay, do you want to make a formal motion, Dustin?
Yes,
Since I didn't get any comments.
this action item, I move that we leave it to the GM and his staff to put out dispatch and recruit a committee to help the association with
The anniversary year.
celebrations for the anniversaries.
Do you have a second? Oh, sorry.
I second.
Celebration planning,
I
yes.
second.
We have a first and a second. Again, any comment? Okay, all in favor? And passed with 4 voting and 1 absent director. Okay, last item, approval for light repair at the spring and the pool. Alan?
Okay, our estimate for repairing the lights, as they are right now, is roughly $16,000. That's repairing all the lights on the red poles. Here's the caveat, is that if we're doing the concrete work around the pool, it could be significantly less. In other words, we can actually incorporate that at the same time. So I would not approve doing it now until we have the final approval of what we're doing at the pool.
You wish to
Because we'll know
table?
that in the next month or two anyway.
Is this something that will slide into the Los Morris restoration project?
It's possible.
So,
They are aware of it also, so that is also a possibility there. So it's not something we need to act on now, it's something that if we wanted to, that's fine, but there's going to be so much work done down there that we need to wait and see the extent of what's happening.
so just for the sake of future discussion on this item, are these, behind the name of Sweet St. Peter, is it $16,000 to, like, are these light bulbs like leftover from Thomas's
There's like
garage?
It's
It
like
has
you
nothing
could go
to do
into
with the light
town.
bulbs, it has to do with the wiring.
Wiring.
It's the wire.
Is over 50 years old, and it is actually cloth wiring.
That sounds
Cloth insulated
historic.
wiring.
Not them too.
And we've gone through, we pulled it all out. It's been rigged to a certain extent that some of the wiring going from the bottom up is relatively new, but the wiring that goes, I mean, it goes around the pool, it goes over the pool, underneath, the wiring will have to be pretty much all new conduit all the way around the pool. And it's redoing everything and dealing with going under slabs and everything
Yeah.
else. So that's just as it is standing now. But because of the work that's going to obviously be done at the pool, that will significantly change the cost of it.
Okay, that sounds like you prefer to table. Do we have a motion?
I think it'd be cheaper to put solar lights in there.
Vince?
I'll second the motion.
Now,
Doing solar lights.
Who made the motion? Bill?
Bill.
And Dustin seconded the motion. Any comments? How many lights?
We're motioning to table, that's what we're doing?
Yes.
I think there are 12.
but you're stripping all of the wiring out.
Underground wiring.
You're looking at 15-year conduit that most of it's probably not even in place anymore.
Okay, thanks.
Any other?
50 years.
Okay. The motion was to table. All those in favor? Okay, all four voting unanimously, less one absent director. Okay. Announcements, we have an Easter egg hunt, April 3rd, 10 a.m. And if you would like to help or you would like to be involved, you can reply at bunny@fortclarksprings.com, fortclark.com. And it's going to be for all Fort Clark County residents at Rendezvous Park. You can also contact Sherry Newman. I can't
2493, 563,
yeah,
2493.
2493, good, Dave, your copy's better than mine. And as you've heard, we've had lots of donations, we can always use more. Any other announcements from the membership? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and announce this right now simply because I always forget. The next regular meeting is Wednesday, April 21st, 2021, Fort Clark Boardroom at 9:30 a.m. and that will be the first meeting with the new board. The annual The annual meeting is a week from Saturday on March 27th at 10 a.m. in the Post Theater. And the next and the next annual meeting next year, so mark your calendars, Saturday, March 27, 2021 at 10 a.m. in the Post Theater.
It's this year.
That's this year. We're at never mind. It's the last Saturday in March in 2022.
Before you adjourn, I just want to tell the membership, I just want to say thank you for kind of appointing me, and it's been a crazy year. And I'm really, this is my last regular meeting. But I do appreciate the patience that the membership has done, and I hope luck for the next board, and I hope that it's been pretty smooth. So appreciate the membership and the staff. Thank you very much. And fellow board members.
Yes. I'd like to echo Rihanna's comments. Unfortunately, I will not be in attendance for the March 27th meeting. My beautiful bride and I have been married 20 years this year, so we're going to Telluride to go ski.
Yeah, that's cool.
Our anniversary is at the end of April, so we figured the end of March is more likely to have snow than the end of April, so we're going in. I have really, for the most part, enjoyed my time as vice president of your board. I cannot thank the membership enough for the support that you have shown this completely unelected board of directors. We really have worked hard to right this ship. I think we've come a long way in the last year, and we could not have done it without the support of the membership and the various committees out there and volunteers. Julie, Alan, all of their staff. It's been quite a ride, and I have enjoyed it. I'll not rule out future runs for the board, but I think this go around I decided that since I was not elected, I would just let the membership do their thing and see what happens. And thank y'all.
I also want to thank all the membership for the support, because it was a difficult time for our association, and all of us, including Robert, who's not here to thank everybody, we had a difficult job to do, and the five of us worked really hard together. Didn't always necessarily agree, but we were civil. And again, I'm just repeating what they said, but I want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for all the support that you gave us. because it was a trying time and you made it easier through a pandemic, through everything that has happened throughout the last year. Without you, we couldn't have done it. And my undying thank you to Julie, who supported us through a very difficult time, and then finally when we captured this guy, has made everything a lot easier, and the next board will not have to deal with a lot of the problems that we had to deal with in 2020, and I wish them all the best of luck. Thank you. Silence from Bill. Okay, all right. we are-
Well, I'm still here, I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me for another year.
Okay, we're going to adjourn to executive session. We have a couple of issues that we have to discuss. The time is 10:56.
Three things I want to.
I would like to say something.
She's got 5 minutes, don't go nowhere.
But I've
Mr.
been very
Peterson.
impressed with the
Terry,
facility.
before we interview, on 5 minutes for a question.
The way you
Okay, thank you. I really need to go back until 4.
Are you getting the fellow
Get it right.
Yes, you will.
I'll go on the buy it and start paying.
Yeah, exactly.
Who would I talk
So that was one thing, right? So I'm personally in Virginia right now, and my mom was going to sell it for places in San Antonio.
No, I don't think I'll put nothing on it.
She's going tomorrow.
Okay, because
I didn't know about it until you said it, but I know, and I would have already told them they've been there for a couple days, so. And then also, I can call Houston and see about what they have.
you're not gonna get any money every month from somebody just gonna sit there, at least now.
So.
Yeah, 'cause I play